Hi, I'm Tommy, and it's time for Final Thoughts.
Why does Tommy look like Little Prairie House?
And yes, let's go there and talk about the American Health Care Act, referred to by some as Trumpcare, others as way better than Obamacare, and by the alt-left psychos as the Death Sentence to Americans Act.
Let's be honest, Tommy. If Donald Trump was beating the living crap out of a homeless, lazy socialist, then you'd be all for it. You'd be recording it and cheering him on, more than likely.
Here we go again. Is the plan perfect? No. Is it everything we Republicans wanted? No. Is it a good freaking start? Yes.
Tommy sounds like a total liberal right here. She sounds like one of those people who staunchly supported the Affordable Care Act. No, it's not perfect, but yes, we're gonna try to improve it. There's so much irony in that.
Is it better than Obamacare? Yes.
That can be disputed.
Does it get rid of government-mandated health insurance and lessen the weight of the entitlement program?
Wasn't it Donald Trump himself who said on his campaign trail that he was going to make sure that everyone got universal health care and that people would dislike him for that, but that's what he spoke for?
Loved by socialists like Bernie Sanders and Pocahontas Lizzie Warren? Yes!
First of all, Bernie Sanders is not a socialist. He's a social democrat. There's a big difference, but I just don't have enough time to explain it to you. And Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, what she's like 1/16 Native American. Yeah, she's totally Pocahontas. I bet you could look back at all of our histories and we've all got a little bit of African genes in us. So we're all black.
Think about it this way. If we were under President Hillary right now, we'd likely be moving to socialized healthcare.
How do you know that? How do you know that? I want to see Tommy's crystal ball. How do you know that? It's like Tommy can dimensional shift. How do you know that? How do you know that? I want to know. How do you know that?
And a single-payer disaster in which hardworking taxpayers would continue to foot the bill for others, meanwhile struggling to pay their own bills. That's the socialist ideal, and a win for lazy sacks of shit at the expense of hardworking Americans.
Tommy, that's not socialism. Socialism is when the workers control the means of production, okay? So the single-payer system, it's not socialism. And the reason why you have single-payer system is because you can have an insurance company that's only in California and you can get injured in bumfuck Montana. You're screwed. You're screwed. So, I mean, I can see why it's a good thing and why it's a bad thing, but it's definitely not socialism.
No thanks. And let's just get something straight right here. Nowhere in the Constitution or Bill of Rights does it state taxpayers shall pay for other people's health care. Nope, not in there.
I'm currently on a website right here. It's the things that you think are in the Constitution, but aren't. Number 10, the pursuit of happiness. Number 2, God. Number 3, no taxation without representation. Number 4, the right to vote. Number 5, unrestricted freedom of speech. Number 6, paper money. Number 7, marriage. Number 8, innocent until proven guilty. Number 9, jury of your peers. And number 10, separation of church and state. All things that are not in the Constitution, Tom.
And to the bleeding heart drama queens out there trying to pass this off as a death sentence for Americans, give it a rest. You're full of shit.
I mean, the American Care Act doesn't even provide for pre-existing conditions. So for some people, it is a death sentence.
Lizzie Warren, you are full of shit.
Well, at least she's not the only one.
This notion that the government should be the almighty savior or some bloated system of entitlements and handouts is the exact opposite mentality of Trump voters. Entitlement programs are meant to be a safety net, not a hammock for those who just don't feel they need to support themselves.
I love how Tommy and like these ultra right conservatives like stigmatize this whole thing of people who, are lazy and that's why they need handouts. It's like that's not always how it is. I love how she just spouts and projects that this is the way things are, even though she doesn't really know. Tommy isn't even known to do her own research, so it's like a wasted argument right there. Not to mention, I know a lot of people who voted for Donald Trump who are conservatives, who are lazy and just sit on their ass all day. So it's like, again, wasted argument.
Enough with the sob story. You know what's sad? When hardworking Americans bust their asses to make a decent living, but fall just above the threshold of getting those government freebies.
You know what's sad? It's a 24-year-old girl who doesn't even do her research. She just, people criticize her daddy. So she has to come back with, like, you're haters.
Oh, and are saddled with outrageous deductibles and premiums that make healthcare accessible on paper but not affordable in reality. That's the real tragedy.
The reason why it's called the Affordable Healthcare Plan is so that people who would not have been able to pay for healthcare before would be able to afford it or pay for it under this system or be able to have it, right? So that means the middle class and the rich have to pay more in order to allow these people, these impoverished people, to get that health care, right? And a lot of people will say, like, oh, this boils down to a laziness thing. Well, these people could have been so poor and not have the resources in order to gain higher education, in order to get a good job. I'm sure these people work like 2 to 3 jobs a day, sit outside of Home Depot in order to get some money, You're stigmatizing something that could exist, but it's like, dude, you're just projecting. You're just ignorant.
The GOP plan isn't perfect, but at least it's something.
Anything more than nothing is something. The Affordable Care Act was something. This finger is something. That ceiling is something. That mirror behind me, that is also something. Nah.
We've got more work to do, that's for sure. But need I remind you, in his first 100 days, President Trump has enforced a red line in Syria Obama never had the balls to do.
Tommy, Obama dropped 12,000 bombs on Syria last year.
He dropped the mother of all bombs on Muslim terrorists.
Congratulations. And where did that get us? Nowhere.
Nominated conservative judge Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court.
Congratulations.
Cut back regulations.
Ah, yes. Cut back on the regulations, and now you're destroying the planet we live on and the environment. Big ups.
Met with world leaders.
Played 11 rounds of golf in 10 weeks.
Greenlighted 2 pipelines.
Costed taxpayers millions, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars on security for his kids on a trip to Colorado. Great job.
Signed more legislation in his first 100 days than any president since Truman.
Someone needs to tell Tommy that it's quality over quantity.
Renewed border enforcement and consumer confidence. Oh, and 317,000 more Americans are working today. Unemployment has dropped, and labor participation is making a comeback.
The unemployment rate dropped 0.1%, from 4.8% to 4.7%. Golf clap.
The American people finally have an advocate instead of a swamp rat politician.
Yes, he's done a great job draining that swamp. He is that non-swamp rat politician. Oh, what's his cabinet? Oh, swamp rats. What an idiot.
And yeah, we're pretty stoked. And what have the Democrats done? Complained about Trump? Made signs? Marched around? Complained about Trump? Marched with vaginas on their heads? And blamed men and misogyny for their losses.
Tommy, don't even pretend that a year ago you were complaining about Obama nonstop, okay? I mean, let's not even. Let's not even. You are just as much of a special snowflake as those liberals are. Congratulations.
Wow. Keep whining, Democrats.
Wow. Keep whining, Tommy.
You might as well start planning for Trump 2020 marches because all you're doing is helping us with Trump's re-election.
How do you know that? He is the most unpopular president who has ever come into the White House. How? His approval rating is through the dumpster. It's lower than dinosaur bones. How? I want to see your crystal ball, Tommy. Show me your crystal ball. Show me that crystal ball. Show me that interdimensional shifting you do. I want to see that.
But thanks. Those are just my final thoughts. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tomi Lahren from Dallas. God bless, and take care.
Tommy, God is not part of the Constitution. You take care. I'll see you on the Prairie House.